we're going to bring up our first comedian, the wonderfully talented Garrison Choitz.
Sorry, Dave, my hands are dirty. I was walking up to the stage like this, like a normal person. And you know, when you just have that like little bit of dirt, nice and sticky, ready for baseball. That's what's happening. Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's important to me. All right, that's all I got. That's a lie. There's lots of weird signs in Bozeman. When you're driving around town, you see a lot of signs that they say, like, drive like your kids live here. And you're like, I don't have any kids. But okay. So you just like pull your hat down really far and try to not make eye contact with them. And a little later it's like, drive like your pets live here. And it's always in the neighborhood. It's like a 25 mile per hour zone, so I start going 60. Because I don't want to maim my cat. Like I can't go about my day with the possibility that I half ran over my cat. So I just want it to be a clean, like, clean kill. And then the worst one, it says, drive like you live here. And at that point, you know, I just slam on my brakes and pull the e-brake and Tokyo drift into the next driveway. And I just sprint into the house and grab the guy by his shirt and while he's making dinner and I slam him up against the wall. I'm just like, where's the next sign? I need to know how to drive, how to go next. Where to be, how to go when I be. Here's a little science for you. If you were to die at home and no one found you and you have a pet dog, your dog would wait 24 hours before they started to eat your corpse. But if you have a cat, your cat will eat your eyeballs out of your head within an hour of you dying. And also your butthole, but that is harder for me to wrap my mind around. I just think it means maybe it takes a cat an hour to pull your pants down. I have a cat, and I know she's not that strong, but you could just be like, all right, finally. Take a bit. I don't need this belt, people. These pants are staying on. I'm just saying. I am going in the casket, butthole intact. I just think it's really screwed up, though, that we won't eat our cat's eyes when they die. And respect their culture. That's why when I adopted my cat, I promised her right then and there that the moment she leaves this earth, I'm going to take her in my arms and just like 2 tapioca balls at the bottom of a bubble tea. That's true. You can Google that one. That one's Google safe. I feel like I'm one of the last people that doesn't have a podcast. And I'm like, I'm a white guy, I should have a podcast. But it's hard to think up things that haven't been done already. But I did have one idea, and I don't know how how much of a series this could be. It might be like one episode a year, but I'm gonna make a podcast. It's a true crime podcast where we discuss people who were murdered while they were listening to true crime podcasts. It's kind of like on ESPN when there's like the football game, and then the after game show, and then the day after the game show, and then the people with opinions about the show the day after the game show, day after the game show. Be like that. People not getting a lot of feedback on that. Back to the drawing board. I work at the co-op, and I've done a lot of cashiering while I've worked there. The only really exciting thing about cashiering in Bozeman is that we live near the world's largest active supervolcano. So at any moment you might just be Pompeii doing whatever you're doing at that moment, whatever mundane task. And I like to think that I'll just be like leaning on the counter while someone counts out exact change. Just be turned into an ash statue like that. The worst part of it though is that the archaeologists that find my remains, they'll have to like lie about what I was doing so that it's not so sad that they can't put me in a museum. They'll have to like make up some cool thing I was doing. He was counting talismans before the big hunt. I got called a racial slur at work. It's the first time that ever happened to me. I was bagging up someone's groceries and gave them their receipt and stuff, and I was like, "Have a good day," and they were like, "You too, hun." And I'm German, so I was like, "What?" But working at the co-op, a lot of what I do is just sell kombucha to white people. It's like 70% of my responsibilities. It took me a long time to figure out what the deal was. Why do white people like kombucha so much? But then it clicked one day, and it's because it's the only time a white person can consume an entire active culture. So speaking about porn, we have virtual reality now, and there's virtual reality porn. This joke is so old that I used to say there's going to be virtual reality porn. But anyways, we have virtual reality porn, and I think it's a terrifying new world for parents. Because like we've all had, I think, like a walking in on experience with our parents, you know. But just imagine your parents walking in when all of your peripheral vision is obscured. And you probably have like 5.1 surround sound headphones in. And you're just like... What do you do? You're a parent. Just like tape the tailpipe of the car to the house, just like turn it on, walk away, try again. I don't ask for a lot, but I'm gonna make a demand now. It's time for people who drive trucks to use their turn signals. It's just time, you know. They paved the roads in Rome, and we've all agreed to live in a society with rules and stuff, so let's just all do it, okay? And I know that it's like really effeminate to move your wrist at all. I think that's why people can't use the turn signal when they're driving their truck. People are scared that someone's going to see them use their turn signal and be like, that guy there, I bet he reads Margaret Atwood. Fucking turn signal fucking guy. But I have an elegant solution. There's this game that only exists in bars. This is a real thing if you've never been in a bar. It's like a little punching bag, and you pay it, and then you punch the punching bag, and it gives you a score based on how hard you could punch your girlfriend. Anyways, we're just going to put one of these in every truck. And you can throw a right hook to go left, and a left hook to go right. And then when people see you use your turn signal, will be like, that guy! Yeah, I like that guy. Good guy. Really good guy. Anyone watch movies? I knew it! Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes people are like, what? What is a moving picture film? Anyone watch Sharknado? Few less. There are a few less cheers there. Not as many Sharknado fans as there are people who have seen movies. Just feeling it out. I'm excited for the new Sharknado film. I think they're on 12. The new Sharknado film is kind of like The Wolf of Wall Street, but it's with the shark, and the shark shells. So the shark shells stock. The shark shells stock. I'm sorry. The shark sells stock. The shark sells stock. The shark sells the shark sells stock on the stock sharket. I just think it's going to be really good. I'm excited to see it. Here's a little life hack for people who like life hacks. I try to make people's lives a little bit better. What I like to do is I like to sit on my arm until my hand falls asleep. And then I use that hand to respond to emails. And it feels like someone else is doing it. It feels like I have an assistant. Like I'm successful. I can afford that. I have a personal barometer for when I am too drunk to still be at a bar. Has anyone been in our bar? Yeah, so it always happens at our bar because it's impossible to make it from one side of that bar to the other. But you know, you're like, time to go pee-pee. So you start going towards the bathroom. And I know that I'm still okay if I at least like get my shoulders onto the door going into the bathroom before I start unzipping. But I know it's time to go if I'm just like elbowing past the pool tables while just unzipping my pants and just making dead eye contact with people in the bars. There is something I must do. We're going towards an election cycle. Yeehaw. That means all of our YouTube ads are going to change here pretty briefly. And I remember one particularly memorable cycle. There were lots of ads. It sounded a little something like this. Rob Quist and Nancy Pelosi want to pee on the windshield of American small business. Greg Gianforte will turn the windshield wipers on and get American small business back on the road. Vote Greg Gianforte. And there was that other one that I think we all know by heart, and I was like, Rob Quist and Nancy Pelosi want to play the Star-Spangled Banner backwards and turn all of our guns gay. Greg Gianforte will round up all our guns and send them to gay conversion therapy camp where they'll have lifelong trauma which they'll never truly recover from. But Greg Gianforte, and after you're done voting, come on down to the Gallatin Valley Fairgrounds for Grave Digger. I just want you all to think about the true story that those are the same announcers for those two things. People trying to get you to vote and people trying to get middle schoolers to go to monster truck rallies. It's time we take a look in the mirror. All right, that's my time. Thank you all. Give it up for Dave Harris.
Garrison Choitz, everybody. Garrison